heads of the giant and big companies in China in order to boost investment and cooperation trade between Egypt and China. And also the president is scheduled to attend the 10th meeting of the Arab-Chinese ministers on Thursday. Well, to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have with us over the phone His Excellency Ambassador Ali Al Hefni, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Good morning, Your Excellency.
Good morning. Good morning.
Well, Your Excellency, how do you see this official visit upon the invitation from the Chinese president for President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, the timing of this visit?
The timing is very important. It is a very important visit. The two heads of states, they had the habit since they took over as presidents of the two countries to exchange visits, to meet whenever it's possible. This is the 8th visit of President Abdel al-Sisi to China. And the two leaders, they have met around 13 times, if I'm not mistaken, on the sidelines of different forums. Yes. Where they are present both. And it is important for the two heads of states to get together for ample time in such a way that they could consult each other, they could coordinate the two countries' stands and steps pertaining to a number of important international and regional issues that are of a priority on the agenda, the Chinese yes. agenda and the Egyptian agenda. Are you still with me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. Yes. So it is an opportunity also to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the uplifting of the relations between the two countries. That was in 2014.
Yes.
And at the very first visit as a head of state of President Fattah al-Sisi to China at the end of 2014, when they decided to uplift the relations to the
yes, this is a very
grade of strategic
partnership. Yes,
strategic
this is a very important. This is a very important point, Your Excellency, that I was wanted to shed more light on. Is despite the long relationship and the historic relationship between Egypt and China that went through 6 decades, the last 10 years was really different since President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi came to office, when Egypt and China have raised the relations to the level of strategic partnership. So could you shed more light on this important point, please?
Yes, of course. Let me say that instead of saying that last 10 years, of course, since President Fattah al-Sisi has taken over, but during the last 25 years, we have worked with the Chinese to establish the African-Chinese Cooperation Forum. That was by the year 2000. We are going to celebrate 25 years of existence of such forum shortly. Now, this time, President Fattah al-Sisi is assisting at the celebration of the 20th anniversary of the establishment of the Arab-Chinese Cooperation Forum. That was launched at the Arab League of States at the visit of the former President Hu Jintao to Egypt. That was in 2004. It was at the headquarters that this matter has been decided. The process has been launched. Now, we have become a member as of 2014 of the Belt and Road Initiative that was launched in 2013 by the Chinese president. We are a founding member of the Asian Bank for the investments in the infrastructure. We have, which of course Chinese have played an instrumental role in establishing that bank, and we have used the services of the bank for the service of our development here in Egypt. Now, we have joined in 2022 also the development bank that is related to the BRICS. Even before Egypt becomes a member at the beginning of this year of the BRICS. So there is a lot that gather the two countries, and especially with regard to economy, economic cooperation, investments, our strive on both sides to achieve sustainable development, to uplift the standard of living of our people, to raise the average of the salary of the normal people. You see, we are going through a very exceptional period in our cooperation and our relation with the Republic of China, and President Fattah al-Sisi has played an instrumental role in achieving this.
Yes, it's a very important point, also the economic and the trade side, as the President is scheduled during this visit nowadays to meet with the giant presidents of the great or the big companies in China in order to boost investment and trade between Egypt and China. And we all know that the President is very keen on the point of investment in Egypt, as Egypt is recently established a huge number of national mega projects here in Egypt and wanted to boost investment. So what would you elaborate on this point and comment on this point?
What I wanted to stress here is that our relations and our cooperation in the trade and economy, science and technology, they have never been that good. So, and they are progressing day after day. And if we follow the rhythm of the achievements of joint projects in different fields, in almost all fields here in Egypt during the last 10 years, we will come to the understanding that at the time being, as we are talking in 2024, the cooperation between the two countries is going really good, very good even. So this is why I was saying that it is an exceptional period in the relations between the two countries. So now President Fattah al-Sisi is going this time for those celebrations, the 10th celebration of the strategic comprehensive partnership, and also the 20th anniversary for the launching of the Arab-Chinese Cooperation Forum, but also it is a bilateral visit, it's a state visit. He is going to be meeting several high officials, not just President Xi Jinping, but also the different, the most important entrepreneurs in China, the ones that have projects here in Egypt, and the others that do not have yet projects that are being realized here in Egypt. And also, it is a good opportunity to meet with the other Arab leaders that are present for the occasion of the 20th anniversary of the launching of the Arab-Chinese Cooperation Forum. So it is an important visit. The timing is very important, especially in view of the deterioration that we are witnessing in the Middle East, Gaza Strip, and as far as the Palestinian question. Now, let me here tell you something very important.
Yes, please.
Our stances as far as the Palestinian question and the Arab-Israeli conflict are almost identical. And every time that it is needed that China, which is a giant nowadays, at least at an economic level, but not just this, and a permanent member of the Security Council, and of course not just China, Russia, it is important to have them express their opinion with regard to every stage of that problem that we are witnessing in Gaza Strip. And in fact, they have been there for the Palestinians. They have been there for the Arabs. They have been there for Egypt, and there is always a coordination between the two countries and the two diplomacies.
Yes. Your Excellency, also President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi is scheduled to attend tomorrow the 10th meeting of the Arab-Chinese ministers, and already Foreign Minister Sameh Shukri is there in China preparing for this meeting. Also give us an idea about this meeting.
Now, when the forum was established in 2004, as I said, the headquarters of the Arab League of States.
Yes.
That's why the Arab League of States, it's the 23rd member of that forum. There are the 22 Arab countries, but also there is the Arab League of States that played and plays, and will always play an important role with regard to our strive on both sides to enhance further and further the cooperation between the two sides in all aspects. Political, economic, scientific, education, health, name. Now, the relations between China and the Arab world have never been that advanced as it is at this stage. Now, there is an important development that happened in 2022, which is the holding of the ever first summit between Arabs and China in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And this adds a lot to the better understanding, the better trust, and it gives always a golden opportunity to explore even further those fields wherever the cooperation did not reach, in such a way that our strategic partnership does not stand as a slogan only, but it is translated on the field in reality into further cooperation, further trade, further exchanges, further investments, but the relations between both sides needed really this time that event in China to celebrate not just the 20th anniversary, no, but this very advanced stage that the relations between the two sides have reached. So I assure you that the foreign ministers will come up with a program of action for the next 2 or 3 years that will ensure that the momentum of the cooperation in all fields will keep on going further.
Yes. Yes. Also, the history of the relation between Egypt and China is very good and goes back to started 6 decades or goes through 6 decades. And actually, during the coronavirus, it was very clear how Egypt stood by China, and China provided Egypt with experience concerning the COVID-19, and we saw and witnessed the Minister of Health going to China by the plane, and Egypt providing humanitarian and medical supplies to China. We saw this in this situation. What is the importance of this in boosting the relations between, on the political side, on the diplomatic side, getting the people of the two countries closer to each other, which would result or boost the cultural and the educational field? Many of the Egyptians would like to go and study in China, and many Chinese would like to come and study here in Egypt. So give us an idea about this cooperation that took place during the coronavirus challenge.
I want here to mention something which is really important to seize that opportunity and remind everybody with, which is that we are talking here about like-minded countries. We have full respect of international law. We have full respect of the Charter of the United Nations. We are countries that base its relationship with all members of the international community on the basis of mutual respect and non-interference in the internal affairs of other countries. And since the launching of the Belt and Road Initiative, the slogan of win-win cooperation has become a real principle on the ground that guides the relations between China and all the other countries. In fact, the Chinese have helped to give a human aspect to globalization. This is something that we have missed in the past, because there are no conditionalities. They are sharing to a big extent the know-how, and it is a participatory process. The new era of cooperation under the Belt and Road between China from one side and the rest of the countries member of this initiative, including Egypt, or at the forefront Egypt. Now let me tell you that before even we established relations in 1956, we had earlier signed a protocol of cooperation in the cultural field. And even our cultural exchanges started much earlier. And even the relation between our two diplomacies have started even earlier, from the beginning of the 20th century, before 1956. So we have very solid relationship. Now, as we are talking right now, we have over 2,000 Egyptians that are studying at the Chinese universities. And China is open to receive more. And China is offering more and more scholarships for our students to study at their universities, or to have higher studies, be it master or PhDs, and in fact there is an important, considerable number of Chinese studying here in Egypt, and there is something also I don't want to let this opportunity to pass without mentioning it. We have in 2002. Beginning of 2003, established an air link between the two countries for the very first time between between China and Egypt. But nowadays, as we are speaking, we have 28 flights between China and Egypt weekly. We have 6 airline companies that serve those 28 flights. And we have 6 points in China, not just one, as it was the case in 2002, 2003, but 6, which means that our relations in the civil aviation field are getting much better, and the number of Chinese visiting Egypt, especially for tourism purposes, is getting higher and higher. And we are soliciting from China to invest mainly in the tourism industry and to help us build more hotels, as we are planning to reach the number of 30 million tourists that will visit Egypt in the coming year.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information. Your Excellency Ambassador Ali Hefni, former Assistant Foreign Minister, thank you very much for joining us over the phone. Ladies and gentlemen, a short break and I'm going to be back.